It's 8:30 in the morning, and we're getting back on trail this morning. Christy was kind enough to drive me an hour and a half to the trailhead where she picked me up, and she's going to walk with me a little bit this morning. So we'll get started on day 33. Okay, Christy's turned back, go back to the truck, back to her dad's for one more day. And then she's moving on up trail, and she'll meet me in a couple weeks. The weather really cooled off. When we got to trail this morning, it was 33 degrees. So that's why the extra layers. Sun's out. We're supposed to have one more chilly night tonight, and then gradually toward next week, temperatures daytime going to climb up to 80, so it'll be very different. All right, well, let's continue the walk along the lake. So we've climbed up from Lake Wautaga, significant climb, and now we're ridge walking up here. It looks like it's about half a mile to a spring, and then about 2 miles to a shelter where I would like to cook up lunch. The shelter has a long side trail, 0.3 miles down the mountain to water, so I'm going to pick up water at the spring and hike it up to the shelter and use it for lunch. It's been a pretty day. Pretty day. Cool. I think it's probably still maybe just under 50, but the climbing keeps me warm. There's no doubt about that. Met up with a bunch of people from a hiking club down by the dam. They stopped at the dam and turned around, wished me well. It was very nice. It was also very nice to get to walk with Christy a little bit this morning, and got to see that pitcher plant. That was really amazing. That was at the top of the first climb, as if it was a reward, but very neat. Just stopped off at the Van de Venter shelter for some lunch, and I think I got about 7 more miles or so to go to the next shelter. I think we'll call that a day. Got a little tightness in the triangular ligament, behind my left knee. I figure that's just from getting off the couch and trying to go up a mountain. Not the wisest thing in the world. So it's 3:30 and I took a break here by this tent site because just down the hill is a little spring, and threw back a bunch of water, had cheese and sausage and 2 bars, so I think I was feeling kind of hungry. The shelter is in 3 miles. It's an hour and a half. It put us there about 5 o'clock. I think today I'm really feeling it because usually after you take a few days off and your first day back on is kind of rough. And today I had a lot of climbing in it. I'm 2,000 feet higher than I was when I started, but the climb had to be made several times because of ups and downs. So the total gain is probably more like close to double that or more. So we'll head to the shelter and get settled in. It's going to be a cold night tonight, so I don't mind getting there a little early while the sun is shining, and get squared away in the sleeping bag before it gets cold. And then we'll start getting warmer over the coming days. It's been a great hike with great views, pretty flowers, and we'll see how it wraps up. Just filled up water at the little spring here, and it's only 0.2 miles to the shelter. So I'll get there by 5, but I need to call it a day and get some rest. So be there soon. It's 20 after 5 and the Serenity Shuttle has landed. Trail mile 445 for a 16-mile day. Decided to take it easy because it was a little shorter day, and the legs weren't very lively after 3 days off. But we got some great views around the lake and then up on the mountain. The wildflowers are starting to bloom. It's really pretty up here. So thanks for hiking with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.